Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to Blackhawk Christian High School, where tonight's matchup features the 17-2 Blackhawk Christian Braves against South Adams Starfires, 5-12 on the season. Welcome to the broadcast along with Paul Suvar. I'm Brian Greenwalt. Blackhawk coming off two tough matchups against 4A teams, Snyder and Southside, both wins for the Braves. South Adams coming off of a tough loss Saturday night against Cherubusco by 6 points, 64-58. Paul, what do we expect here tonight as far as our matchup goes?
Well, we know the Starfires are a well-coached team. Coach Lehman got history here at Blackhawk, previously coaching here about a decade ago or so. So he's got a scrappy squad that he's bringing into the house tonight here. A little undermanned, but we expect definitely good effort from them. I expect to see the Braves to kind of try and exploit that size mismatch that they typically have on a night-to-night basis and try and push the pace. Try and get out to an early lead, extend it out, and hopefully be able to dip into that bench a little bit.
Yeah, Blackhawk Christian tonight, their biggest opponent could be themselves.
Yes.
You know, you got to always make sure to avoid the risk of playing down to your opponents. South Adams is out and give it the best effort. Anytime a school like South Adams goes up against Blackhawk Christian and just the reputation that they have, they're going to gear up for it. They're going to be ready for it, and the Braves can't play down to that.
Yeah, without question. Starfires are fired. They're focused. They're definitely going to put forth maximum effort tonight as the Braves welcome them in-house.
South Adams led by senior Lars Integroen, averaging near 12 points a game. Also freshman James Arnold, he's averaging almost 12 points a game too. South Adams has the ability to score. They've got guys, at least 4 guys who have scored 20 points at some point this season. What they need to do is throw it all together into one game tonight against Blackhawk.
Yeah, try and get some consistency out of them. If they can do that, they can try and really kind of hang around and keep it close in the fourth quarter. That's their hope.
All right, we're going to go down to the PA announcer for the opening announcements and the national anthem and your starting lineups, and we'll be back right after that with game action. There you have the starting lineups for tonight. South Adams goes with senior Brandon Newman, senior David Musselman, senior Lars Integroen, freshman James Arnold, and junior Spencer Clark. Blackhawk Christian goes with the usual lineup of Drake Thompson in the middle, surrounded by Caleb First, Frankie Davidson in the backcourt, Luke Saspenhausen, and Jalen Mall. Center matchup here will be interesting tonight. Lars Integroen, probably Starfire's best player, gives up some bulk, but tries to make up for it with some athletic ability there in the middle.
Definitely.
Frankie Davidson right off the top for three, no good. Out of bounds, it's going to stay with Blackhawk Christian.
Yeah, Frankie, that's going to be open for Frankie all night long. He's going to have a size mismatch on the perimeter and down on the block if he chooses to go mid-range game as well. But yeah, he's going to have to be able to rise up over the top like he typically does on a night-to-night basis.
Davidson cross court to Jalen Mall. Back to Davidson, left side. Looking in now to Caleb First. Nice spin move on the baseline, up and in by First.
Yeah, very intentional about getting it down on the block there. Boy, First is going to have a size mismatch again, just about across the board. Blackhawk is going to have an advantage height-wise.
Here's Clark on the outside. Passes it over to Musselman. Inside layup is blocked out of bounds. Stays with Starfires. Excuse me. 2-0 early lead for Blackhawk Christian. Starfires have it underneath their own basket. Drake Thompson will guard Integroen, although we saw on the other end of the court that Integroen was picking up the matchup against Caleb First on the defensive end. They get it into Integroen. He gets it out there to James Arnold for two.
Nice shot right there. Inbounds play. Spring Arnold open for an easy mid-range shot right there.
Davidson baseline First, top of the key. Mall for three. Off, no good.
Oof.
Nice positioning underneath. Drake Thompson for two.
Boy, clean look by Jalen, top of the key. That's kind of his shot from outside. But again, the size of Drake Thompson wins the day on that offensive rebound.
Here's Arnold, guarded by Saspenhausen. Gets it into Integroen. Integroen, a turnaround jumper. Nice shot over Drake Thompson.
A beautiful aggressive move right there again. Trying to get Integroen integrated into the offense early here. And a very successful offensive possession there for the Starfires.
Davidson gets it down to First. They're looking for First aggressively underneath, and he goes underneath for two.
Boy, they really don't have any answer for Caleb. Again, good body position and body awareness by their Caleb, using the rim to his advantage.
James Arnold drives into Drake Thompson. Out of bounds, stays with South Adams. Arnold likes to push the pressure there from outside. Integroen, a nice key for them inside. He's got the ball in the out of bounds. Now Musselman out top. Integroen on the baseline, drives against Drake, loses it out of bounds, and it goes to Blackhawk.
Might have been fortunate there by Drake not to get called for the blocking foul, but sliding his feet over, kind of pressing Integroen out of bounds with that. Again, the ball going off of his thigh. Turnover over to the Braves.
Drake's going to give up the quickness advantage, obviously, there on the inside against Integroen. He's got to make sure he cuts off that baseline cleanly. Inside, First to Davidson. Davidson turnaround jumper is good.
Nice. It was almost like a dump down to the middle, dump down to the middle, dump down to Frankie. With just a sweet little turnaround shot.
Jalen Mall with the steal against Musselman. Nice spin move. Doesn't get the layup. May have been bumped a little bit. Arnold has the rebound for the Starfires. Cross court now to Musselman. Musselman looking down to Integroen.
Nice
block shot by Thompson. Nice job of going straight up with it, but then he throws it out of bounds.
Looks like there's some contact as Drake was trying to outlet that pass. Looked like he might have got bumped a little bit, causing that errant pass. But a good defensive position there by Drake again, coming over the top, blocking that shot at its apex and sending it away.
Trying to get into Integroen. Nice steal by Thompson and First. Saspenhausen out to Davidson. Davidson will rise up for the three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound tracked down by the Starfires. James Arnold coming up with it. Musselman on the right-hand side. Shoots the three off the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound. Gets it down low to Arnold for two.
Yeah, nice little, again, follow your shot. You don't make it the first time. You know you have the best idea whether or not it's going to be short or long. Good offensive rebound, a good find on the block, slip pass.
Davidson right-hand side on the skip pass. Rise is up, no good. Nice block out by the Starfires. Rebound ended up there with James Arnold. Arnold brings it up. Looks to penetrate all the way. They're going to get Drake Thompson on the foul there.
Yeah, good call, good call. Kind of got Drake in an awkward position there as he tried to block that shot. He just came down a little too much. Ended up fouling Arnold across the arms.
They had the block shot the first time. Arnold ended up with his own rebound off the rejection, though. Hits the first. Arnold with 5 quick points in the ball game. Nice looking freshman. 6'1". Hits the second.
Yeah, pretty stroke there by Arnold. Aggressive play here early on to the first quarter.
Arnold really appears to be taking the point for the Starfires on offense. Frankie Davidson, right hand side, gets it into first baseline, free throw jumper, no good. Down with it is Integro, and here come the Starfires. Screen set for Arnold. Musselman has it in the corner. Out to Arnold, guarded by Sassmanhausen. Musselman has it again. Now Newman over to Spencer Clark. Clark looks underneath, really trying to push it down to Integro and in the game here. Arnold picks up the loose ball. Thompson on the reach around.
Boy, Drake picks up his second foul here midway through the first quarter. Again, trying to reach over the top there, Integro, and deflect that pass away. It's a little too aggressive. Good positioning by Integro and physical play on the block by him here in the first quarter.
What's nice about Blackhawk, you take out the 6'8", you put in the 6'10".
Yeah.
Jalen Mall on the steal. Jalen looking for Jared Hofer on the fast break. Hofer going to shoot the baseline off the glass.
Wow. Boy, gathered himself up. Good control, good body control. Running the floor well for a big fella. Corrals that pass in and uses the glass, high off the glass. Banks that in.
Jared denying the pass into Integro in there. Getting good position on the outside. Now we got Newman. Over to Clark. Clark gets it into Integro. Hofer goes straight up. Nice defense. Rebound to first.
A good contest by Jared. I love the way Integro is really working hard on the block to try and get open and establish position. He's doing a tremendous job getting into the right spot to try and make himself available for his teammates.
Well, I like so far on the inside for first. Nice pass. I like the bucket, of course. 6 points for Caleb First early on in the ball game here.
Oh, what good ball movement. Again, patience on offense. Understand you got that size mismatch. Go ahead and get Caleb the ball at the nail head and let him go over the top. Raise the ball up over his head, and he's going to have his 6'10" man, Jared Hofer. Or no, actually, Jared made the pass down to Caleb, who goes up strong again, cashes it in, and gets his free throw.
Free throw, nothing but net.
Nice.
7 points for First. 13-8 is our score, approaching 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. What I was going to say about First is being very patient so far inside.
Yes.
If he doesn't have his shot, he's looking to pass it out. He's gotten double-teamed a few times. He's done a really good job of passing it out of the double team.
Allowing, kind of gathering himself as well. Understanding that, you've got a size mismatch there. You can allow give yourself time to gather yourself and try and go up strong with the ball.
Clark with the penetration, block shot by Hofer.
Nice.
Maul outlet to Luke Sassmanhausen for two.
Defense into offense again. Get the block shot, turn it around quick, streaking Sassmanhausen, going the other direction. Easy lane for him.
Sassmanhausen now guarding Arnold. Arnold's been aggressive, looking for his shot early on. Nice defense inside there by Hofer. Clark shoots the three from the outside.
Nice. Confident stroke by the young man. Clark raising up the junior.
Spencer Clark averaging 6 points a ball game, hits the three. Jalen Mall to Hofer. Sassmanhausen outside for three. Nothing good there. Newman with the rebound for the Starfires. 15-11, 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Arnold on the outside. They get it down to Vasquez. Vasquez to Integroen. Couldn't get the shot. Davidson with the rebound.
Oh, really good ball movement there by the Starfires, though. Again, they ran their offense to perfection. Got a good look.
Sassmanhausen, Davidson. Pull-up jumper for Frankie off the front rim. No good. Clark with the rebound. Arnold now. Got Vasquez open in the corner. Shoots the jumper off the rim. No good. Frankie skies in for the rebound. Outlet to First. First gets the foul taken against him there. Newman giving up the foul for the Starfires. His first. A good foul there because otherwise First had the wide open layup.
Yeah, absolutely. Good aggressive rebound. Closing out the defensive possession on the other side of the ball. Again, head up as you're trying to push that ball ahead. Caleb just does a tremendous job getting down the floor for a player his size, and he's a rim runner. You hit him in stride and let him do the rest. Good hands by him to corral that in and then go up strong and absorb that contact.
Caleb hits the first, 16-11. Second one up and in. Nice stroke there by First.
Oh, beautiful. That's a strength to his game. He's got a nice mid-range touch.
James Arnold now for the Starfires. Gets it to Clark. Clark hit a three earlier. James Arnold wide open for the three and buries it.
Boy, beautiful. Again, a little give and go of sorts. Arnold ends up floating down to that left-hand baseline and rises up, cashes it in.
Arnold with 9 points tonight early on. Hofer to Davidson. Devin Donaldson checked in the ballgame for Blackhawk, replacing Sassenhausen. Hofer has it, back out to Donaldson. Now Mall left-hand side. Back out to Donaldson, swings over to Davidson. Nice patience so far here. Davidson rises up for the three, buries it.
Boy, patience on offense again. It's just simple little screen there by Jared, springing him open. Again, right wing. That's money for Frankie.
30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Starfires down 20-14. Timeout here for the Starfires. 30-second timeout. Clark found himself in a little bit of trouble there on the outside. 20-14 so far is our score. 9 points so far in the quarter for James Arnold to lead the Starfires. And 9 points for Caleb First, leading the way for Blackhawk.
Well, I tell you what, the Starfires getting a little trouble right there, getting hung up. Good decision there by the coach to call that timeout and maintain possession for his team. He's got to be pleased with his squad so far. You're down 6 points, but you come out aggressive. You come out on fire. You've hit some outside shots. You've been able to run some offensive sets and spring some of your teammates open on back doors and some good ball movement. And really, Integron has tried to establish a low post presence for the Starfires tonight by picking up 2 early fouls on Drake, forcing him to the bench. So, got to be pleased with the effort from the Starfires if you're Coach Lehman.
Starfires have had a good offensive set so far. Good passing to each other. Zerbach into the ball game. Arnold goes to the floor, and Jalen Mall goes down there to tie him up. Possession stays with the Starfires with 22 seconds remaining in the quarter. Zerbach came into the ball game to replace First. He's in the front court now with Hofer and Davidson. Donaldson and Mall, your back court. Spencer Clark in now with 20 seconds remaining. Clark gets it up to Vasquez, and now Arnold. Arnold will set it up against Donaldson. Vasquez now with Newman posting up. Integron has Hofer outside. Tries to drive on him. Mall with the steal. 5 seconds remaining. Mall looks to go all the way. Block shot. Nicely done by Arnold. Zerbach doesn't see the time, and the quarter runs out. The score at the end of the first quarter, Blackhawk Christian 20, South Adams 14. We'll be right back here on The Voice.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in the classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why
Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian. The Braves start with the ball in the second quarter in a 6-point lead. Michael Pulver into the ball game for Jalen Mall. Davidson now has it right-hand side. Up to Pulver. Pulver faked over to Donaldson, gets it back to Davidson for three, off the rim, no good. Zerbach fights for the rebound, but Arnold comes away with it.
Just a little out of rhythm tonight is Frankie Davidson. Just a touch off on those three-pointers that we've been typically seeing put away with consistency throughout the season.
Arnold went around Pulver, but Pulver somehow snuck around the backside and came back to him there.
Oh, scrappy Pulver. You got to love the effort and the energy that he brings whenever he's on the floor.
Musselman back into the ball game, replacing Vasquez. Steal inside. Davidson has the ball for the Braves.
That's something the Starfires have had issues with here in the first quarter and the start of the second. It's just, simple inbounds plays. They were able to score on one, but there's been 3 or 4 where they've had deflected passes or just flat-out turnovers.
And that looks like a turnover there for the Braves. It's going to be an over-the-back call. Donaldson just threw it a little too high for Pulver. Starfires will take possession. And you say a simple out-of-bounds play, but I don't think the Starfires have worked on out-of-bounds plays when you got 6'10" staring at you in the face there underneath.
It's a lot easier. Nobody, you got shadow guarding going on. Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, you don't see the size or quickness that Blackhawk possesses on a regular basis.
Integro underneath. He's going to be out of bounds to the Braves. Pulver came down for the help. Hofer was right there as well. What Jared's got to do there is make sure he stays upright. Looked like he was kind of leaning over there. If Integro had shot it, I have a bad feeling Hofer may have picked up a foul there.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. Staying straight up right there for as big as Jared is, he's going to be able to contest just about any shot that is getting put up in the paint if you just go straight up.
Arnold now spinning around, gets it to Newman, over to Musselman. Hofer doing a nice job underneath there against Integro and trying to keep him from getting the ball. Spencer Clark on the outside. Now Arnold shoots the 3 and buries it.
Shot by Arnold. Patience there by the Starfires, allowing their offense. Again, they're almost got a 4-out, 1-in kind of set with Integro and trying to get him established on the block. He's just going from left block to right block. They're trying to get him put in place, and it allows the perimeter players to try and go up.
Zerbach with the offensive rebound, the bucket, and the foul.
Nice. Great rebounding there by Zerbach.
Zerbach and Hofer kind of fighting for it there for a second. Kyle composed himself, went up strong, got the bucket, going for the free throw.
Wow, pretty play right there again. That's to be expected with Kyle when he's out on the floor. He's an energy guy with skill, not just an energy guy. He's got tremendous skill that he brings to the table as well.
Zerbach hits the free throw, 23-17, 6-point lead for the Braves. Arnold comes down with it. Newman now Musselman. Musselman looking down to Integro. Jared Hofer with a nice defense underneath. Now we got Arnold. Spencer Clark shoots the jumper off the front rim, no good. Donaldson fights for it. Pulver comes down with it. Frankie Davidson breaks out, goes up for the layup, doesn't quite get it. Looks like the foul probably on Spencer Clark.
Yeah, great hit ahead though. Again, that outlet pass, as soon as that ball is rebounded and you start heading the other direction, you saw Frankie leaking out. Again, it was a nice hit ahead pass there by Pulver, just trying to hit Frankie in stride.
Full timeout here by South Adams. We'll take that timeout with them. Your score is 23-17 here on The Voice.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball, wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. They're so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian. Out of the timeout, Frankie Davidson is at the line for the Braves. Shooting 2, couldn't quite get the layup to go. 23-17 is our score. Blackhawk with a 6-point lead. 5:43 remaining before half.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Laidman just wanted to rally his team around and say, hey, we miss a shot. That's not a problem. Don't keep your head down. Don't droop your head. As soon as you miss it, we don't come up with an offensive rebound. You need to sprint back because the Braves are constantly looking to run, get out on the break, cash in those easy baskets.
Davidson hits the second free throw. 6 points tonight for Frankie. Arnold Pulver comes up with a steal on the floor. Zerbach on the floor as well. Davidson spin move. Baseline no good. Rebound underneath there to Newman.
Pretty move there by Frankie, but tough position. He ended up floating towards the baseline and almost got trapped behind the backboard on that floater.
Frankie having a tough shooting night so far, but good to see him continuing to press the issue,
Yeah,
continuing to shoot the ball. It's going to come to him.
Absolutely.
He's too good of a shooter to keep missing. Underneath now, there's Intigroen. Straight up against Hofer, and he gets up over him.
Man, that was strength on strength. I mean, Intigroen, again, gathered that in, absorbed the contact that Hofer kind of placed on him, and then just regathered himself. I ended up going strong right into the shot blocker.
Zerbach, Hofer again for two.
Boy, that helps when you're 6'10" as well. You miss it the first time, you go straight up. I love that Jared did not bring the ball back down. He gathered it up and went straight back up with it, the tap in.
Pulver's going to get the reach in on this one, staying aggressive out there on the defense against Newman. Pulver's first, only the team's third. Jared Hofer comes out of the ball game. Frankie Davidson comes out of the ball game as well. First checks back in. Saspenhausen checks back in, as does Jalen Mall.
Really good minutes by Jared right there. Good defense on Intigroen, and again, a weapon on offense.
James Arnold, Pulver right up in his face. Over to Musselman. Musselman penetration, a little floater. Nice shot by Musselman.
And Musselman going off to his offhand, again, floating it up over the shot blocker, Caleb First. A pretty touch by Musselman.
Musselman only averaging about 3 points a game. Giving the Starfires a lot of good minutes here tonight, though, so far. Pulver on the right-hand side. He's going to get it to Mall. Mall with nice penetration. Tried to get it down low to First, out of bounds to the Starfires.
Yeah,
Caleb turned around, ready for the rebound there.
I think Jalen had in his mind that he wanted to try and drop that off into Caleb First's lap, and you're absolutely right. Caleb thought he was going up with the shot and just kind of turned and got himself in an offensive rebounding position.
Arnold now to Newman. Newman out there guarded by Mall. James Arnold. Arnold's been handling the ball most of the night for South Adams. Almost lost it. Gets it to Intigroen. Clark over to Musselman. Musselman goes behind his back. Baseline floater. Doesn't get it this time.
Oh, man.
Intigroen, a nice tip out to Clark, and the Starfires keep it.
That was great hustle.
Intigroen underneath. Couldn't quite get it. Arnold with the rebound. Arnold tips it out. Braves basketball.
Boy, a lot of heart and desire and hustle there by the Starfires on offensive possession. Offensive glass, again, Intigroen tipping the ball back out, and a good offensive set to even get it back down to the block to give themselves an opportunity to get a shot close to the basket. But a lot of hustle here by the Starfires tonight.
Zerbach, free throw line extended, couldn't quite get it. First fights for the rebound. He tries to go back up. The Starfires get the ball. First brought it down and got the little guys underneath, and they stole it away from him.
Absolutely.
Arnold guarded by Pulver close. Small was helping out as well. Clark gets it up to Newman now. Starfires hanging right in there, 26-21. 3 minutes to go before half. Musselman gets it down low to Intigroen. Nowhere to go, guarded by First.
Wow.
Nice there by Newman.
Boy, Newman making himself available. Intigroen, they're intentionally trying to get that ball down to Intigroen's hands, allowing him to do his work. And when he got bottled up right there, it was a great cut by Newman right into the middle of the paint and making himself available.
Pulver gets it into Zerbach. Couldn't get it. Gets his own rebound. Up and in.
Great find right there again. Missed the initial shot, did Zerbach, but stuck with it. Did not give up on the play. Gathered up that rebound and put it back home for what it needs to do.
Arnold out to Musselman. Musselman guarded by Saspenhausen. Now Intigroen, top of the key. Over to Arnold. Down low now to Newman, guarded by Mall. Newman thought about driving baseline, gets it back out to Arnold. Now they're going to look to Intigroen underneath. Nice denial by First, out of bounds to the Starfires.
Yeah, phenomenal defense right there over the top by Caleb again, swatting that ball away. They're trying to be intentional, the Starfires, to get that ball into Intigroen's hands, allowing him to do his thing down on the block.
Intigroen, nice cut by Musselman. Underneath by Arnold, offensive foul drawn by Pulver. James Arnold picks up his first, and it's Braves basketball.
Yeah, phenomenal defensive position right there by Pulver, again, giving up size to Arnold, but Good defensive position, establishing himself down on the block, absorbing that contact and drawing that charge.
South Adams, a little spacing problem there. They had 3 guys all right there with each other and couldn't quite get the spacing figured out. And Arnold just went head first into Pulver. Donaldson shoots the 3, left-hand side.
Nice. Boy, Donaldson got his feet set there, rose straight up. Pretty shot, no floating going on with that at all. That's easy baskets there for Donaldson. Good skip pass to find him, too.
Donaldson picks up the foul there in the backcourt, a little too aggressive with the reach in there. Good to see Donald into the offense there. Devon's missed a few games for the Braves. Nice to see him pick right back up there with the offense with a nice 3-pointer. Arnold, nice block shot coming out with the help by First. Integro and couldn't get the shot to go. Caleb with the rebound.
Yeah, nice. Good defense there by Caleb to contest that shot. Again, to close out the defensive possession.
Tipped by South. No, not tipped.
Okay.
The outside official's going to see the tip, and it does stay with the Braves.
There you go. Good help there by the officiating crew. Making sure they get the call right. That's why there's 3 of them out there.
Yes. Yeah, the guy underneath was kind of blocked from the view there, so the Braves have an inbounds there. Saspenhausen left-hand side, guarded by Clark. 1:15 remaining before the half. Donaldson thought about the 3, gets it to Saspenhausen. Zerbach open, free throw line extended, in and out, couldn't quite get it. Michael Pulver chases down the rebounds. Now Pulver right-hand side. Dribbles baseline, gets it to Zerbach, going to shoot the jumper, no good, and there's Integro with the rebound.
Yeah, that shot's going to be there all night long as Starfire stay in that 2-1-2, 2-3 zone. That's a soft spot in and at the nailhead. They're going to have that mid-range opportunity just about anytime they want it.
Newman, guarded by Saspenhausen, gets it out to Clark, over to Musselman. Musselman looks up at the clock, 35 seconds before half. Musselman in a little bit of trouble there. Arnold, they're gonna call over him back, out of bounds to the Braves. Coach Lehman talking to the official about that. It does not look like they're going to overturn that one, though.
Yeah, his complaint or his assertion was that the ball was tipped by the Braves, and if it was tipped by a defender, there would be no over and back call made.
Donaldson rises up off the rim for the 3. Nice rebound there by Newman. Starfire should get the last shot here with 10 seconds before the half. Arnold guarded closely by Pulver. Here's Newman down on the baseline. Arnold with 5 seconds. Arnold looking for help, gets the screen. He shoots the long jumper off balance, no good. We've reached halftime here at Blackhawk Christian. Your score, Blackhawk Christian 31, South Adams 23. We'll be right back with second half action on The Voice.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctors, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy, and IPT accepts all insurance coverage. With extended hours, we are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offer same-day appointments. We have 17 conveniently located clinics with 7 in Fort Wayne and 1 each in Angola, Auburn, Bluffton, Columbia City, Goshen, Huntington, Kendallville, New Haven, and Warsaw. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. We will get you back to work, play, and life. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Are you suffering from chronic pain? Maybe you just had a knee replacement, or are an athlete injured during a recent game, or just someone who tweaked your back perfecting your golf swing. Choose IPT for your physical therapy. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find any of our 17 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you and know that we will assist you in getting you back to work, play, and life. Contact IPT or your physician to start your therapy today. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
You know that at L&S Alignment, they know auto repair from A to Z, but even this fact isn't enough to convince everyone of the superior service you'll receive. So just to let you know, they know their ABCs about auto repair, not only frontwards, but backwards. Don't believe us? Well, then here we go. Z.
Zoom or zip on in with your car, truck, or RV, domestic or foreign.
Y.
You get the best advice and service.
X.
Extremely knowledgeable about your vehicle.
W.
Water pump.
V.
Vibration damper. Cars have those?
Told you, they've got all parts for all vehicles. U.
Universal joints.
T.
Thermostats.
S.
Suspension.
R.
Radiators.
Q.
Quick service.
P.
Pistons.
O.
Oil pumps.
N.
Nose panels.
Nose panels.
Gesundheit.
M.
Mufflers.
L.
Linkage.
K.
Knee assembly.
J.
Jounce brackets.
Jounce brackets.
Hey, you asked.
I.
Ignitions.
H.
Hydraulic hoses.
G.
Gear assembly.
F.
Filters.
E.
Exhaust systems.
D.
Drive shafts.
C.
Carburetors.
B.
Batteries.
And A.
Air conditioning.
Frontwards or backwards, it's the same great service. L&S Alignment on Hartsel Road in New Haven, where quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
What will you find at Marco's Pizza in Leo? Dough made fresh every day, along with sauces and blended cheeses that are the foundation for robust meats and the freshest vegetables for authentic Italian pizza you can taste. Marco's Pizza, locally owned and operated for 12 years. They offer dine-in, delivery, or carry-out. But not only for pizza, they have subs, wings, salads, and more. Call 627-2227 or order online at marcos.com. That's 627-2227. Marco's Pizza in Leo. Authentic Italian pizza you can taste.
Do you know a 7th grader looking for a fun place to spend time with friends? Are you looking for an environment where your teen is surrounded by positive role models? These days, your middle school student is probably very interactive, but is he or she active? 7th grade is a time when sports become more competitive and provide less opportunity for the average child to be involved in physical activity. The YMCA wants to emphasize the value of a healthy lifestyle by offering a free Y membership to every 7th grader in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. It's the wise way of giving back to this community. Students thrive in a safe environment where they can grow in spirit, mind, and body. Get to your local Y and sign your 7th grader up for a free Y membership. It's that simple. Offer good for every 7th grader residing in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. For more information, stop by your local Y or visit fwymca.org or email hereforyou@fwymca.org.
At Grable Insurance, their most important job is to make sure you leave with the best coverage you can afford. They want to provide you protection from the unfortunate things that can and often do happen. The cheapest insurance is often not the best. Visit online at grableinsurance.com or stop by the office on Pony Express Run, next door to the Leo Post Office, and talk to any of the friendly agents that would be happy to help you. Grable Insurance is a proud sponsor of high school athletics.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. They're so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic.
Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian with about a minute left to go before halftime is over. 31-23 is our score. Blackhawk Christian with the 8-point advantage. But Paul, as we were talking about, South Adams got to be pretty happy with only an 8-point lead for Blackhawk. That first quarter, 6-point lead. The second quarter was 11-9. Blackhawk only with a 2-point advantage there in the second quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, playing Blackhawk even there for the most part in the second quarter. Timely outside shooting by the Starfires. I liked Arnold's game, his willingness to be aggressive and rise up over the top of people. And obviously, it's growing, who really worked hard trying to establish that low post position and looked to get his teammates involved when they cut into those open spaces. So the Starfires, to be down 8, on the road, playing with the top teams in 1A, Division 1A, they've got to be happy with themselves, no question about it.
Yeah, Blackhawk Christian led in scoring there with Caleb First, 9 points. James Arnold leads L scoring with 12 points there in the first half. South Adams will get the ball to start the second half. And Blackhawk Christian going with their starting lineup, and it would appear to be the same for the. So here we go. James Arnold on the outside. Guarded by Saspenhausen, looks to penetrate. Drake Thompson reaching over, and I got to believe they'll call Drake on that one. That's Drake's third. As early as you can possibly get it in the second half.
Yeah, 9 seconds into the second half. Good aggressive play by Arnold. We kind of mentioned at halftime as well that, his aggressiveness from the inside and being able to drive it in and attack the bodies of Blackhawks shot blockers has made him a viable weapon for the Starfires tonight. And you're absolutely right. We're going to leave Drake in, see what he does with 3 fouls, see if he can play in foul trouble there.
Drake Thompson with the rebound out of the miss from James Arnold. Maul pushes the ball. Frankie Davidson baseline tries to get it under to first. There's a steal for Musselman. Musselman will stop, get it to Arnold. Looked under his second for Intigroen, pulls it back out. Saspenhausen applies the pressure out top. Intigroen comes out for the screen. Arnold penetrates all the way with a wild shot. They're going to get first over the back on the offensive rebounds.
Well, I tell you what, Saspenhausen played him tight. He was trying to stay in front of him. Arnold ended up picking up that little rub screen right there and taking it hard down to the basket. Left-hand block. Ended up missing that shot initially, but again, the shooter kind of knows whether or not it's going off short or coming off hot. And Arnold ended up corralling his own rebound and picking up that foul against First.
Non-shooting foul. Frankie Davidson with the steal. There's another inbounds pass went awry.
Goodness.
Caleb First all the way in for the layup.
Oh, a beautiful play right there again. Get the big man involved early and often. Allow him to use his length to his advantage.
The freshman shut out in the second quarter after 9 first quarter points. He's now in double figures with 11. Arnold to get over to Musselman. Integro out top. Now Spencer Clark. Rub screen. There's Musselman. Nice pressure there by Maul. Caleb First with the steal.
Good positioning there by Caleb again, getting in the passing lane, knocking that ball away.
Drake Thompson underneath, tipped away by Newman, out of bounds to Blackhawk Christian. Caleb First, a nice denial there on that end against Integro. Maul gets it into Saspenhausen. Davidson looks into First.
There you go.
First with the slam.
Boy, I tell you what, again, good out of bounds play again. Kick it over to the corner pocket there, swing it around, and allow First to cut into the lane. Nobody stood in front of him, just simply gathered in and rose up, used his 6'9" frame to pound it home.
Drake Thompson with a nice block shot, and they're going to call that out of bounds. They almost called Braves ball out of bounds to the Starfires. Spencer Clark was blocking Davidson from being able to go after that ball there.
Yeah, smart play on his part right there, because Frankie was looking to try and keep that ball in bounds. Blocking him out kind of allowed the Starfires to maintain possession.
Integro gets it out to Newman. Now over to Musselman. Musselman, nice play there by Drake Thompson coming up with the steal.
Yeah, nimble feet there by Drake. Kind of an errant pass of sorts. Nice play. There
Drake
you go.
Thompson underneath for 2.
Oh, beautiful pass. They just kind of lost contact with Drake on that. He has floated into an open position. It's hard to imagine an individual of the size of Drake kind of losing contact with anybody, but
how do you lose a Drake Thompson down on the floor? How do you do that?
That happened on that possession, and easy layup for him. Good find by Saspenhausen.
Arnold now on the right-hand side. Saspenhausen fights around the screen. Now Newman with the baseline jumper, no good. Davidson with the high rebound for Blackhawk.
Good contest right there. Good closeout. That defensive possession, rebounded the ball.
Jalen Maul out to Saspenhausen. Open 3, in and out, no good. Maul with the rebound underneath, though. Gets it out to Drake Thompson. Saspenhausen, nice bounce pass into Caleb First. Left hand, no good. Nice possession there by First. Just couldn't quite get it to fall. Turned to his strong side there on the left hand jump hook. Couldn't quite get it. Arnold now has it for South Adams. 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Spencer Clark with a long 3 off the rim, no good. There's Jalen with the board. Long outlet to Frankie. 3-pointer off the back rim. Maul chases it down. Maul went inside against at least 3 Starfires all around Caleb First there.
They got the memo.
30-second timeout called by Coach Lehman for the Starfires. 37-24 is our score. 4:51 remaining in the third quarter. Obviously, I think Coach Lehman wants to make sure this doesn't get out of hand quickly here.
Yeah.
You can kind of see the momentum shifting toward Blackhawk.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good timeout there by Coach Lehman. But you're absolutely right. The Braves have kind of turned up the pressure a little bit. They've ratcheted it up on out-of-bounds plays. They've been intentional about trying to get that ball down on the block and establish Drake and Caleb here at the onset of the second half. And, it's paying off dividends for them so far. They've been able to stretch this lead out to 13.
Blackhawk will stick with their original starting lineup. Obviously, we expect to see some subs here in the second half, just like we did in the first. We mentioned Jalen held scoreless in the first half. We don't see that very often this season.
So true. Goodness.
Starfires come out of the timeout with their starting lineup still intact. Blackhawk has the ball underneath their own basket, up by 13. Jalen triggers it in way up top to Frankie. You can't lose Frankie tonight. Check out those shoes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think he changed his shoes at halftime. I think he was wearing black shoes in the first half and, came out wearing the neon green, yellow shoes here in the second.
Saspenhausen missed the 3. Nice offensive rebound, but James Arnold comes out with the steal, and there's a foul by Saspenhausen.
Good defense on that. That end of the floor there for the Starfires. And again, when Arnold's got the ball in his hands, he's looking to put his head down and head to the basket wherever possible. Very aggressive play by Arnold tonight. Very impressed.
Yeah, first found himself falling down there without anywhere to go. Tried to get it back out to Luke, but found Arnold right in the way. Clark misses the 3. First comes down with it for Blackhawk. Nice push to Davidson. Couldn't quite handle it. He stepped on the baseline out of bounds to the Starfires.
That's all right, though. Try and pick up the pace here. You press the action. You press the issue there. You speed up the game. That really plays into Blackhawks' advantage. That's a style that they're very, very comfortable with.
Musselman back court. Now James Arnold has the ball in his hands. They take it out of his hands with Jalen pressing. Arnold gets it back with the layup.
That was, I think, a hesitation jump stop there by...
Another push ahead, too far out of bounds to South Adams.
A little sloppy with the ball here on the offensive side here for the Braves. The last couple possessions. Again, you want to pick up the pace, but you don't want to pick it up so much that you're out of control.
They got the timeout. Looks like a full timeout for South Adams, so we will take that with them. 37-26 our score. Blackhawk Christian with the lead here on The Voice.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back, basketball fans. Blackhawk Christian is the site of tonight's matchup. South Adams versus Blackhawk Christian. 37-26 is our score. Almost 4 minutes, or just under 4 minutes remaining to go here in the third quarter. South Adams will have the ball, but they have to go full court. Blackhawk picks up full court pressure. Musselman gets it inbounds. James Arnold comes back here looking to provide the screen. Nice. Maul with a steal and a foul on Musselman.
Beautiful defense right there, picking up full court. Again, Musselman kind of got hung up, tried to cross that ball over. Anytime you stick that ball in front of Jalen Moll's face, he's going to rip it away from you. Quick hands, quick feet, steals it from Musselman and takes it straight to the rim and gets fouled by Musselman and earns himself a couple free throws.
Musselman's first on South Adams here in the second half.
Nice.
Maul's first one is good, his first point of the night. Takes us out to a 12-point lead. Maul, the senior. Second free throw, good. Number 22, Victor Vasquez, back into the ballgame for South Adams, replacing Musselman. Starfires will try it again against the full court pressure. Trying to get in at James Arnold, out of bounds to the Braves.
Good defense there again, making it difficult to even inbounds a pass, which we've seen so far tonight. South Adams they've had difficulty with simply getting the ball inbounds at times.
The length of Blackhawk, the pressure of Blackhawk, especially off the ball.
Yes.
I mean, the good denial defense off the ball has really caused problems on those inbounds plays. Maul off the rim, no good. Drake Thompson was kind of getting pulled underneath, it looked like, by Clark.
Didn't look like it, goodness.
And the Starfires have the rebound, bringing the ball up the court. James Arnold, the freshman. 15 points so far tonight for him.
There we go.
Traveling out there on Clark. Out of bounds to the Braves.
Boy, traveling called on Clark there, but again, you got to credit Jalen Mull for that play, kind of forcing the action on that. Clark was looking to reverse the ball back to the top of the key, and Jalen kind of jumped into that passing lane, and Clark wisely held up, but couldn't hold his pivot foot long enough to not get called for travel.
Oh, Sassenhausen tried to get it into first. First bobbled it, and Vasquez came up with it. Here comes James Arnold. Aggressive again underneath. Clark.
There we go.
Steal by Maul. Here come the Braves. Caleb First out ahead. Collects himself this time. Sassenhausen trying for Thompson underneath. Instead we go Davidson. Nice pass to Thompson. Out to Maul. Now Sassenhausen. Off the front rim. Frankie with the rebound, and he gets fouled.
Yeah, there we go. Good nice offensive rebounding there by the Braves. Goodness.
A few of those passes underneath. Still not quite crisp on those passes underneath, but Frankie, a nice offensive rebound there. Went strong with the ball.
Yeah, you like the action, like the unselfish play there by the Braves, but I mean the Starfires, I mean their kind of number one directive tonight, and they've been hit and miss on it a little bit, is to kind of protect that paint. You know, and in those instances where we've been able to drive into the paint, everyone is collapsing down. It's making the passing lanes very difficult to try and fit in those passes. Oftentimes you're going to see open passes, open shots from the wings when the defense is collapsing that hard.
I'll tell you, mentioned protect the paint. I saw an article at the beginning of the season. That was exactly the Starfire's motto. Coach Lehman's motto, protect the paint. Davidson, a long three off the front rim. Vasquez comes down with it for the Starfires. Here comes Newman. Out to Vasquez. 41-26 is our score, 15-point lead. Outside is Arnold. Looks over to Vasquez now. Gets it into Newman. Newman shoots the free throw line extended. Vasquez fights for the rebound. They've got Saspenhausen on the reach-in. Luke's second foul of the night.
Good offensive rebound on that long rebound by Vasquez. Again, crashing hard, trailing that in, again, absorbing the contact as well. I'll tell you what, I mean, the Braves they're up by 15-point lead. It seems like it should be more at this stage of the game, just with the flow of it, or the lack of flow that's kind of been taking place here. But even at that, I mean, they've been able to extend this out here in the third quarter to 15.
Culver, nice reach in. Jalen Mall with a nice steal. Try to get in. Drake Thompson couldn't quite thread the needle on that one.
So many bodies down there.
Here comes Arnold. Guarded closely by Mall. Mall goes down on the floor. Arnold, he comes up with it. Where is the 10-second call? Jalen Mall out of bounds to the Braves.
Jalen is a one-man wrecking crew out there. Good night. I mean, he ended up locking up Arnold three-quarters court, forcing him to go to the floor. And then when Arnold was finally in with the hustle play, got it over to Integron, ended up tipping the ball away, recovering. And then wasn't that turnover impressive.
Baseline jumper no good by Frankie, and there's Brandon Newman with the rebound. Frankie an off shooting night. Still a 15-point lead, though, for the Braves. Arnold gets it to Clark, and now out to Vasquez. Vasquez, the 5'10 senior, guarded by Pulver. Here's Integron, been very quiet here in the second half.
Oh, there you go.
Drake Thompson with a nice block.
Good defense there.
1:20 remaining in the third quarter. Davidson down to first, and we got a reach-in foul. Looks like Newman.
Yeah, good slow play there. Again, establish your bigs, get them down, get them involved. I mean, I think that's kind of been one of the big components of this game as well. We've had success down on the block, but I mean, typically we've hit 5-6 threes by this stage of the game. We've just been kind of ice cold from outside.
First, again, no good. Drake Thompson trying to get there. First with another rebound.
Oh,
still can't get it. Bodies all over the place underneath. Vasquez comes out of there with the Starfires.
Oh, 3-4 point blank shots straight at the basket. Okay, here we go.
Mall with the steal. Going all the way. Left-handed layup is good.
Beautiful right there again. It's Jalen Mole on the defense side of the ball, just creating his own offense. Last 3-4 possessions, really.
Vasquez off the front rim. Drake Thompson with the rebound. I'll tell you, with Caleb First underneath there, my coach would be, he'd have me out that next day doing the Mikan drill. Backboard.
Oh, man.
He'd tell me that square is up there for a reason, son. You got to use it.
That's right.
Donaldson, nice pass over the top. Drake Thompson for two.
Beautiful. Good angle right there. Good balance and body positioning by Drake to be able to corral it in and not get trapped underneath the basket, which we saw earlier in the season from Drake.
Mall with nice pressure. Yeah, a little bit too much there. You could almost see that reach in coming there by Jalen. Only his first foul.
Yeah, that's all right. Coach loves putting that pressure on. There's nothing wrong with that. He's going to tell him to continue to be aggressive and apply the pressure. In the last 4 or 5 possessions from the Starfires, it's been miserable for him because Jalen's had his hands in the passing lanes and creating turnovers left and right.
Not to mention, when you don't have Jalen on you, get the Bulldog Michael Pulver on you there.
Yes, no doubt.
Into the third quarter, our score 45 for Blackhawk Christian, 26 for South Adams. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action on the board.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Just like filling a medication prescription from your doctors, you have the right to choose who provides your physical therapy, and IPT accepts all insurance coverage. With extended hours, we are open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and offer same-day appointments. We have 17 conveniently located clinics with 7 in Fort Wayne and 1 each in Angola, Auburn, Bluffton, Columbia City, Goshen, Huntington, Kendallville, New Haven, and Warsaw. Contact Indiana Physical Therapy to start your therapy today. We will get you back to work, play, and life. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action. Blackhawk Christian has the ball out of the break. Devin Donaldson, Jalen Mall, Kyle Zerbach, Michael Pulver, and Drake Thompson in there for the Braves. Starfire stay with Vasquez Arnold. Nice aggressive play by Vasquez there, and they're going to call that out of bounds to the Starfires.
Good aggressive play there. Coming out here to fourth quarter action. Starfires creating that turnover.
Inbounds play. They do get it to Arnold. Arnold pushes it ahead, and Michael Pulver bumps him for the foul.
Yeah, a little too aggressive on that one right there. Arnold able to turn the corner on Pulver again and cut it back into the lane. Pulver tries to recover, but unfortunately a little herky-jerky action there by Arnold allows him to kind of create that contact and pick up that foul.
Arnold gets it into Integro for two.
Well, he's been quiet. You know, we've done a good job in the second half being aware of where Integro has been and not allowing him to establish that low post presence, but nice play there.
Devin Donaldson out of the corner for three.
Beautiful.
Donaldson's second three of the night, 6 points for Devin. 20-point lead for Blackhawk. Here comes Arnold. Pulver catches up to him and gets it out of bounds to the Starfires.
Aggressive play there by Pulver again, darting after that ball.
Pulver comes out of nowhere sometimes. You know, you think he's beat, and all of a sudden he just shows up out of nowhere with those aggressive hands. Inbounds now, Spencer Clark. Gets it out to Newman and James Arnold. Clark looking underneath, gets it to Integro and out top. Now Vasquez on the left-hand side. Vasquez looking for help, gets it to Integro. Integro goes up with it for two.
Boy, that's a pretty play by Integro, and again, very aggressive by him as well. He and Newman have kind of switched positions here.
Devin Donaldson for three.
Bring it up.
Devin with his third three of the night. Stretches us out to a 21-point lead. Integro on that one, almost like he lulled Drake Thompson to sleep on that last play, like Drake wasn't expecting it, and all of a sudden he just went up with it.
Well, it was interesting because Newman had actually tried to post up Zerbuck down on the left-hand block, and Integro had tried to pull Drake away from that action, allow him to give him a little bit of space, and they kind of did a quick reverse over to Integro, and he kind of took it right down to that right-hand block into the shot blocker's body, Drake's, and scored it.
Oh, Donaldson, heat check from the right-hand side.
Son, get up there. Make them shots now.
Vasquez. Oh, I don't think you're getting that one over Jared Hofer. Jalen Mall,
yes,
Donaldson.
Dial it up.
Ooh. Oh, off the front rim. There's Jared Hofer. Nice rebound and a foul underneath there. Looks like James Arnold will pick that one up.
Well, I tell you what, we kind of set a little bit the break. I mean, we've been able to establish the low post presence in this game with Drake and Caleb first, but you know, uncharacteristic outside shooting misses really from pretty much everybody on the team tonight, and all of a sudden Donaldson shows up in the fourth quarter and he's draining threes left and right.
Jared Hofer hits his first free throw. 5 points tonight for the senior. Good to see Jared get some playing time here tonight.
Yes. He's had good minutes. He really has. I mean, with Drake getting into foul trouble early in the first quarter, he got a little bit earlier player in action or playing time, a little bit more playing time in the first half than what he's accustomed to, and he's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, after not playing at all in the Snyder game, good to see him out here getting quality minutes. Starfire's in some trouble here on the backcourt. There's a double dribble by, looks like Musselman there. Out of bounds to the Braves. I think if it wasn't the double dribble, they were getting ready for the 10-second call there anyway.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure at halftime, Coach got after his squad, said, hey, let's show me some fire. Show me some fire, guys. Let's dial up the pressure here in the second half and, make life miserable on the Starfires, even trying to get the ball inbounds and bringing it up court. And it's really paid off dividends here. We're up 26-point lead and a little bit less than 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Arnold gets the long inbounds pass this time.
Jalen
Mall with the steal. Mall tries for the dunk, does not get it, comes up a little empty. James Arnold tries to.
There we go.
Nice steal by Zerbach. Zerbach's going to go all the way in with the layup.
Nice offhand layup there. Zerbach, one man, fast break.
Nice defense by Kyle. Not used to being out front there like that.
That's true.
Another steal. There's Donaldson.
Go. Get yourself another chance.
Ahead to Mall. Mall will lay that one up. Probably a better idea. Here comes Vasquez. 2-on-1 break against Hofer. And he will pull it back out. Brandon Newman. Vasquez in the corner. Integron all alone underneath for two.
Yeah, great pass right there. Good find. Way to make yourself available there, Integron. You get lobbed up over the top, right at the rim. Integron able to lay it in easily.
Probably missed his assignment there by Jared Hofer. I got to imagine he's the guy on Integro in there.
A little bit.
Culver back over to Donaldson. Looks inside there to Zerbach. Jared Hofer. Hofer took off from the landing zone. But he has to dribble first.
He was dialing it up. It was like he was winding up the old engine on that one. He collected it, and absolutely right. He either got to dribble or make some kind of offensive move, wild dribbling in order to move with the ball like that. But turnover, learning opportunity for him, no doubt.
Starfires now with the ball. James Arnold in the backcourt. He tries to get it to Newman. Newman collects it. Nice defensive pressure down here by Zerbach. A little out of character for him clear down here like this. Donaldson now. He's Integron underneath. Tries to collect himself. Newman, free throw line extended with the basket.
Yeah, pretty play right there. Get the ball down to Integron, and once they're able to get the ball past half court, gets it down beneath the rim, and again swings over to Newman for an easy mid-range shot by him.
Jackway now running the point for the Braves. He came in for Mall. Logan Garton, senior, also into the ball game. Jackway, top of the key three, off the rim, no good. Zerbach fought for the rebound, but will go out of bounds to South Adams. Garton came in for Michael Pulver. South Adams has it, trailing 26, 4:06 remaining here in the ball game. Some time here for Jackway and Garton.
Yeah, valuable minutes to these guys. They work hard. Landon Jackway has gone down and picked up some minutes with the JV squad as well. He's a talented young man.
Integron with the turnaround did not connect. Devin Donaldson has it for Blackhawk. Jackway to Hofer. Right-hand side, Donaldson, three-pointer off the front rim, no good. There's James Arnold pushing ahead for the Starfires. Over to Vasquez. Vasquez tracks down the ball. Tried to get it into Integron. Hofer tried the outlet to Jackway. Newman had the ball, lost it. Out of bounds to Blackhawk.
Yeah, fortunate there to retain possession of that ball again. Good thought by Jared. Push the ball ahead. That's what you've been able to do most of the second half here. Unfortunately, Newman is kind of waiting back in the safety position and was unable to control it.
Logan Garton tracks it down for the Braves. Pretty big reserve lineup in there right now for Blackhawk.
Good night.
You got Logan Garton probably out there playing the two. Garton shoots the three left-hand side off the back rim, no good. And there's a rebound to Musselman, probably the smallest guy on the court.
Yeah.
Underneath, and there's Vasquez out top now. Musselman over to James Arnold, left-hand side. Arnold guarded by Jackway. Jackway had the stiff arm out there. He'll pick up the foul. Landon's first. Team seventh. We got the 1-and-1 coming up here for the Starfires. Coach will continue looking at his bench. He's got a few more guys I'm sure he'll want to work in here in a few minutes. Hofer pulls down the rebound after the miss. 2:50 remaining in the ball game. 60-34 is our score. Jackway has it. South Adams comes out looking at the trap. Zerbach has it out top. Gets it back over to Jackway. Jackway one dribble up to the three-point line. No good. Rebound again to Musselman. Starfires coming down with it. Serbach playing a lot more out top than he's used to here.
Yeah, he is, definitely. He's quick enough to do that, though.
Vasquez couldn't quite get it. Hofer knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Starfires. A couple more substitutions. Ethan Jordan into the ball game. Also Evan Johnson in. Serbach and Hofer come out for Blackhawk.
Yeah, good minutes, good night for both of those. Great opportunity here for some guys who don't typically see a lot of action.
I don't know why Vasquez wouldn't pick up the ball there.
No.
Technically, he could still pick it up. It's not a backcourt violation there. And if you don't pick it up, Blackhawk's going to come down with it.
No kidding, goodness. Oh, then the scrum, they end up...
Got the foul on Garton.
Goody, yeah.
Garton's first, team's eighth. Substitutions now for South Adams. Into Groen comes out of the ball game. Brandon Newman checks out. Checking in 6'4" freshman Nick Miller, number 50. 44 Braden Gilbert, the 6'2" freshman in the ball game. Spencer Clark checks back in. Vasquez off the back rim. Rebound, Evan Johnson. Garton over to Jackway. It's all about the shot. Garton back over to Jackway. Wide open with the three off the rim. Chased down by Garton. Gets it back over to Jackway and now over to Johnson. Johnson now open for three. Doesn't get it, but there's Garton inside with the rebound.
Good quickness there. Offensive glass by Garton, able to pick it up and lay it back in for two. Get his name in the book.
Minute and a half remaining. Blackhawk with a 28-point lead. Clark off with the three. There's Kyle Bleed with the rebound. Here comes Jackway. Jackway guarded out there by Arnold. Nice alley-oop in there to Garton. Couldn't quite collect it. And James Arnold with the rebound there for the Starfires.
Yeah, good idea. That was open. Over the top, just hard to corral it.
Arnold couldn't quite get it there, but it looks like they got Jordan on the foul.
Yeah. Don't foul the jump shooter. Again, contest it. Go up there and try and contest it at its apex or get it on its way up. But when he's in a shooting motion, you don't want to tap him on that arm. No sense in shooting or fouling the jump shooter in that sense.
Arnold hits the free throw, 16 points tonight for the freshman. Andres Martinez checks in, senior guard, replacing Vasquez. Arnold's second one is good. 17 points tonight for James Arnold. 62-36 our score, 105 remaining in the ball game. Jackway over to Garton. Garton back to Jackway. Back over to Logan Garton. There's Bleed with the baseline jumper.
Yeah, nice shot there by Kyle. Right baseline, good rotation. Confident stroke by the young man.
Can't begrudge these guys to want to get their shots in here into the ball game like this. Nick Miller goes up against Garton. Garton with a blocked shot out of bounds to the Starfires.
Oh, valuable minutes for everybody on the floor right now. Both benches have been emptied. Reward these guys again for all the hard work and effort that they put in throughout the season. You know, in the time where they might not get normal playing time on a regular basis.
Got the foul there on the shot. Foul's going to go against Bleed. It's Bleed's first. 10th team foul. So we got the double bonus coming here for Braden Gilbert. First shot up and in. Nice looking stroke there by Gilbert. You look out on the court, and you got a lot of seniors out there for Blackhawk right now playing.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, it's kind of fun to see that amount of depth on a varsity level, to have that many seniors.
Garton's a senior, Bleed's a senior. I think Jackway's the only guy out there not a senior. Jackway a junior. The rest of these guys have been playing together for a long time. Off, and we got a jump ball there. Possession's going to stay with South Adams. 25 seconds remaining here in the ball game. 64-37 is our score. Arnold stays in there for the Starfires, throws it in. Johnson tried to get it, but Clark had it. Martinez out to Arnold. Jordan applying the pressure against Arnold. There's Clark going back door. Clark, a nice pump fake. Couldn't quite get it. Gets his own rebound, though. 10 seconds remaining. Martinez for three, in and out, no good. Rebound there to Garton. 5 seconds remaining. I think Blackhawk will dribble it out from here. 1 second, and there it goes, final. The final score tonight, Blackhawk Christian 64, South Adams 37. We'll be back to wrap things up here in just a few minutes on The Voice.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Are you suffering from chronic pain? Maybe you just had a knee replacement, or are an athlete injured during a recent game, or just someone who tweaked your back perfecting your golf swing. Choose IPT for your physical therapy. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find any of our 17 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you and know that we will assist you in getting you back to work, play, and life. Contact IPT or your physician to start your therapy today. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
You know that at L&S Alignment, they know auto repair from A to Z, but even this fact isn't enough to convince everyone of the superior service you'll receive. So just to let you know, they know their ABCs about auto repair, not only frontwards, but backwards. Don't believe us? Well, then here we go. Z.
Zoom or zip on in with your car, truck, or RV, domestic or foreign.
Y.
You get the best advice and service.
X.
Extremely knowledgeable about your vehicle.
W.
Water pump.
Z.
Vibration damper. Cars have those?
Told you, they've got all parts for all vehicles. U.
Universal joints.
T.
Thermostats.
S.
Suspension.
R.
Radiators.
Q.
Quick service.
P.
Pistons.
O.
Oil pumps.
N.
Nose panels.
Nose panels.
Zoom chime.
M.
Mufflers.
L.
Linkage.
K.
D-assembly.
J.
Jounce brackets.
Jounce brackets.
Hey, you asked.
I.
Ignitions.
H.
Hydraulic hoses.
G.
Gear assembly.
F.
Filters.
E.
Exhaust systems.
D.
Drive shaft.
C.
Carburetors.
B.
Batteries.
And A.
Air conditioning.
Frontwards or backwards, it's the same great service. L&S Alignment on Hartselle Road in New Haven, where quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
Back at Blackhawk Christian to wrap things up here tonight. Your final score, Blackhawk Christian 64, South Adams 37. And Paul, just felt like all through the night, you just felt like Blackhawk Christian should extend the lead and should extend the lead. And South Adams just kept hanging in there. They kept playing hard. They kept playing aggressive, good passing, strong rebounding. And finally there at the end, Blackhawk Christian found a way to pull away.
Yeah, well, it really kind of broke free. Give the Starfires all the credit in the world. You know what? It really felt for the first half of the game and, partway into the third quarter as well that they were hanging tough. I mean, Arnold making plays from the perimeter, and they're big. Well, who do we got? Integron. That's the guy I'm thinking about. Integron again, trying to establish his low post presence and get his teammates involved by having them slash into those open spaces and hitting open shots for his team. But you're absolutely right. Eventually, the depth and the skill and the talent just kind of wore out the Starfires, and before you know it, I mean, we were up by 19 points, 26 points, and ultimately ending this game with a 27-point victory. I mean, I attributed a lot to the second half. With I'm sure that coach had a fiery speech at halftime, getting after his guys, saying, hey, let's ratchet up the defense. Let's ratchet up the intensity. Let's make sure that we're putting forth maximum effort right here. And it really paid off dividends. And I felt that, really in the second half, Jalen Mull was kind of like the table setter, not only on offense, but even more so on defense, applying that full court pressure, creating turnovers, and getting those quick, easy baskets off of those turnovers that he created. Yeah,
there were times the aggressive duo of Jalen Mull and Michael Pulver out on the court together, and that full court pressure that Coach instituted there in the second half with Kyle Zerbach, kind of taking the point on the inbounds passer, and they had real struggles there in that second half against that defensive pressure full court.
Yeah, without question. freshman. They locked them down. They really applied that maximum pressure to them, and made life miserable for the Starfires. It was only 14 points is what the Braves ended up scoring in the third quarter, but they held the Starfires to 3. So when you've got that type of defensive effort and tenacity, good things are going to happen for you.
Yeah, and then in the fourth quarter, you outscore them 19-11, and you just keep extending that lead. And the big guy there in the fourth quarter was Devin Donaldson.
Yes.
We kind of welcomed Devin back after a few games off tonight, and he was doing some heat check shots there toward the end of the fourth quarter. Yes. He had 3 threes in the fourth quarter to help extend the lead and really kind of break the hearts of South Adams. South Adams, we talked about protect the paint, and they were really applying that pressure inside and making the inside passing really difficult for Blackhawk. And then Devin hit a 3, and then he came down and hit another 3, and you could just feel the hearts of South Adams sinking after every three-pointer.
And really, that was a missing component throughout the majority of the game. The first 3 quarters, we couldn't hardly buy a bucket from the outside. The Starfires were contesting, and we were just a little bit out of rhythm from those 3-point shots. And Donaldson was just what the doctor ordered in the fourth quarter there, kind of breaking the Starfires' hearts and creating a little more space for the bigs by hitting those shots from downtown.
Yeah, Davidson, a little bit of an off-shooting night for Frankie's terms. Only 1 3-pointer tonight, True. 8 points for Frankie. And, it really helped that Donaldson would step up there at the end. Yeah. Good games from the bigs tonight, too, though. I mean, they had real pressure inside against them, but they were trying to get those passes to each other. Caleb first came up with 13 points to lead the ball game for the Braves. Drake, and good minutes, as you mentioned, by Jared Hofer.
Yeah, definitely, without question. It's nice to see that Jared, very, very capable of stepping into the role of that center position and, allowing Coach to kind of give a different dimension. He's a banger, no question about it. He's got the body to be able to create space for himself down on the block, but he's got that added dimension of that mid-range and extended even touch. He's got such a nice touch for the size of the guy that he is that he really provides a different dimension for this team when he's out on the floor. But definitely good minutes by Jared tonight, as well as Kyle and others who were able to come off the bench and contribute.
Yeah, we didn't even mention Kyle. At some point there in the fourth quarter, we could have swore we looked out there and it seemed like Kyle was playing the two guard.
Yeah. He was on the perimeter like constantly in the fourth quarter, which was great. I mean, he's got that lateral quickness to be able to stick with those 2 and 3 two guards and those threes, those small forwards as well. So skilled players that the Braves have, and lots of different pieces and parts that Coach can end up fitting together depending upon the matchups.
Yeah, for South Adams' side, just talk real quick about how impressed you were with the freshman, James Arnold.
I tell you what, I mean, all night long, I mean, he was really pressing the action, trying to set the table for his team. Very aggressive. I mean, I love his tenacity. The stage was not too big for Mr. Arnold tonight. He utilized his teammates well, and there's different little minor rub screens. And whenever he was able to turn the corner, his head was down, and he was heading straight to the rim and trying to create contact for himself or draw defense to him and try and set up some of his teammates here. A tremendous duo between him, Arnold, and I remember his name again. Integron on the inside as well. Again, good dynamic duo between those two, putting up a really strong fight for the Starfires tonight.
Yes, so let's run down the individual scoring here. First for the Starfires, led in scoring by James Arnold. The freshman was 17 points tonight, 2 3-pointers. He had 12 at the half. We kept him a little bit more in check there in the second half. 17 points for Arnold. Lars Integroen, the senior, 10 points tonight for the 6'6 senior. Again, banging inside. They really made a point of trying to get him involved in the offense early on. And then as the game went on, as Arnold took on more of that emphasis, Integroen kind of fell out of the offense until late in that fourth quarter where he really kind of kicked back in.
Yeah, without question. I know that was probably a point of emphasis as well at halftime. I'm sure Coach was telling, hey, pressure the ball hard, and Integroen, do not allow him to establish post position. You get over the top, you make sure that you're fronting him at a 3, quartering him at least, trying to make those passing angles as difficult as possible. We're not going to allow him to kind of exert his will, especially being a smaller player than our bigs that we have as well. Make sure that you're exerting your will on him and making him work double hard to try and even establish the post position that he has. So good effort from him tonight, though, as well. I was impressed with his physicality.
Yep. 4 points tonight for Brandon Newman. 3 points for Spencer Clark on a 3-pointer there in the first quarter. 2 points for Musselman. And 1 point rounding out the scoring there, a free throw late by Braden Gilbert. For Blackhawk Christian, they're led in scoring by the freshman, Caleb First. 13 points, 9 of those in the first quarter. Same emphasis that South Adams had on Integro at the beginning of the game. Blackhawk had that same thing with Caleb First.
Yeah, and I think that's probably kind of the first option at the start of every single game that Blackhawk comes into it. Let's get our low post game established. Let's try and get Caleb First the ball. Let's try and get him touches early and often. Let's try and get Drake Thompson touches early and often, and play inside out. And as soon as you can establish the low post game, everything gets sucked down to the middle, and all of a sudden, all those perimeter shots for Frankie and for Jalen and for Sassmanhouse and for Donaldson and so on and so forth become that much easier for them if you establish that low post game to start with.
Devin Donaldson, the senior, the other guy in double figures, 12 points tonight for Devin on his first game back. So good to see that. 4 3-pointers makes up the scoring there for Devin.
Definitely.
Balanced scoring, nobody else in double figures, but 8 points for Frankie Davidson, 7 points for Kyle Zerbach, 6 points for Jalen Mall, all of them in the second half. 6 points also for Jared Hofer. And then we go down to, 6 points also for Drake Thompson. 2 points for Sassmanhausen, 2 points for Logan Garton, and 2 points for Kyle Bleed. That rounds out the scoring. Our final score, 64-37. That takes Blackhawk to an 18-2 record on the season. And next up for Blackhawk Christian, homecoming here Saturday night against Hamilton, a sectional opponent there in Hamilton. Be good to get a quick peek there at possible sectional opponent for Blackhawk Christian. South Adams, they fall to 5-13 on the season. They're back in action Friday night against a team that Blackhawk struggled a little bit against early in the season, Adams Central. We kind of compared tonight's game to Blackhawk's game against Adams Central earlier in the season, where it just felt like you needed to extend, and that other team just keeps hammering at you.
Yeah, I mean, it felt that way. It certainly did, where, I mean, it almost seemed like the lead should have been extended. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the third quarter and you're saying, oh, we're up by 9, up by 11, up by 13 points, but it feels like we should be up by 20 at this stage of the game. But you give credit to, like, Adams Central when we played them. You give credit to the Starfires tonight and recognize that they've got competitors out there as well, and they're trying to keep it as close as possible. But before you know it, as soon as the defensive intensity ratchets up, we're able to extend that lead out and put this game away, which good to see, because we didn't know there for a little while.
Yeah.
They were hanging around pretty tough, a little bit closer than what we would have liked.
Yeah, we mentioned, Coach Davidson didn't bring his squad back out from halftime until about a minute and a half left to go in halftime. No warm-ups for the team or anything there. So obviously a good halftime speech by Coach.
Absolutely.
We'll give him all the credit for the halftime speech.
Yeah, definitely.
Certainly came out a different team there in the third quarter. So we look forward to seeing you all back here again Saturday night for homecoming. We'll see if Paul can get into a lip sync routine after the game like he did a couple years ago. Not sure what the teachers have planned this year.
Nothing promised.
Nothing like that? Okay. Well, again, homecoming, we want to see everybody come out to Blackhawk Christian
definitely.
for homecoming, and that gets followed up later in the season by senior night here on Feb 22nd. Senior night for both Blackhawk Christian and Smith Academy. Smith Academy actually having their senior night here at Blackhawk Christian that night, so that'll be a fun night to come out as well. So we'll be here for both those games. Northrop on the road goes in between those games. But we'll see you back here Saturday night for action against Hamilton. So for Paul Suvar, I'm Brian Greenwald. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you on Saturday here on The Voice.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.